TR-27 research log. The whole project has gone to hell. TR-27 is a cure, not a disease. But try telling that to the evening news. Somehow, they've picked up the technician's morbid nickname, Devil's Breath, and are using it to stoke hysteria. They have no idea what it's really capable of. A cure for cancer, genetic disorders, birth defects. With just a little more research, I know we could perfect it. Instead, they'll spend the next 18 months on PR mop-up. What a waste of time.
Devil's Breath isn't a disease. It's an attempt at a cure? I almost can't believe it.
Residents of Harlem are still feeling the effects of the recent citywide uprising of the group known as the Underground. While the Roxxon Corporation deals with a rash of lawsuits, newly elected City Councilwoman Rio Morales addressed the media yesterday to make a plea for additional public funds to assist with the...
Vitals are good, circulatory system healthy, brain activity normal.
He's been in there long enough.
Mr. Osborn, I understand he's your son, but his disease could...
Kurt.
But we may be underestimating the potential danger.
I said, get him out! Now!
Hey everyone, and welcome back to News to Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more, into another amazing Marvel Spider-Man 2 video. And today we're going to talk about when the story of Marvel Spider-Man 2 can possibly take place. More specifically, how much time has passed since the events of Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. We got to take everything into consideration, basically what we know about Harry Osborn's condition and how long has he been stuck in that tank with the symbiote. Before we get started, I want you all to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so you all don't miss anything. I post videos on a daily basis and I live stream on Sundays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern time. Join my Discord. The invitation link to that is in the description box below, along with the links to my Twitter and Instagram. Without further ado, let's get into it. So let's go back to the events of the first Marvel Spider-Man game. During the events of the first game, Harry Osborn left recording for Peter at some of Oscorp's various research stations all over the city. While playing as MJ, you get to break into Norman Osborn's apartment and come to learn that Harry's sick, which she shared with Peter Parker later on. She also found journals he left behind, which indicated that he knows his father loves him and is trying to help him in his own way, but was highly aware of just who his father is and how he operated. The journals also left instructions that Peter and Mary Jane be told about his condition after he went for his treatment. Going forward to the events of Miles Morales, about a year or so after the events of the first Marvel Spider-Man game, Harry regains consciousness and woke up to a news broadcast reporting Roxxon's criminal activity and Rio Morales' successful election as councilwoman. So, despite Harry's ongoing illness, Norman then tells Kurt Connors to get him out of the stasis immediately, despite Kurt warning Norman of Harry's illness. So, the big question is, when does Marvel Spider-Man 2 take place? Well, seeing that Miles Morales takes place about a year after the events of the first Marvel Spider-Man game, it's fair to say that maybe the sequel takes place only a couple of months to 6 months tops. It would make more sense for a little amount of time to have passed rather than a year or two to have passed. I'm sure after Harry was released from his stasis, he had to have gone through some form of therapy to at least appear seemingly normal to Peter and MJ. As we progress through the game, Harry will experience some negative side effects due to his premature release from the stasis. I'm sure when this inevitably happens, Peter or MJ or both will bear witness to Harry's transformation to the monster that is Venom. Just talking about that imagery excites me and only makes me want to play the game even more. As for who will become Venom, the more time that passes, the more I start to believe that we won't ever see Eddie Brock appear in this universe. I mean, we all know he exists, but maybe it won't be Eddie that becomes Venom after all. I could be wrong, and I'm not afraid to admit it. So everything I just told you, you all don't have to take my word for it necessarily. However, I'm still interested to see Insomniac Games' take on the Venom character, which I'm sure they'll end up doing justice for the character. Once again, like I said before, Marvel Spider-Man 2 will take place only a short couple months to 6 months minimum. So much time can't have passed. Also, you have to consider that Peter still wants to be Spider-Man, and he's going to be sticking around in the long haul, no pun intended. So, for those of you who have those crazy will Peter Parker die in Marvel Spider-Man 2 theories, throw those theories out the window because I highly doubt Insomniac Games is going to kill off Marvel's star anytime soon. And that's it for today, everyone. I know it's a bit of a short one, but I had to talk about this, and I know a lot of you have been wanting to see me put out a new Marvel Spider-Man 2 video for quite some time, and I do apologize for not making one lately since I've been working on other videos besides Spider-Man. I do like talking about Spider-Man, but every once in a while I like talking about other things that's going on in the MCU, for example. So once again, if that sort of stuff is for you, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so y'all don't miss anything, and I will see you all in the next comic panel.
Will one of you finally give me what I desire? Yes, we will.
PlayStation